Hi guys, quick lesson for today. We're just practicing Pythagorean Theorem. We learned this week how to do missing hypotenuse problems, like number 2, where you have to have your unknown going for C into the Pythagorean Theorem. And yesterday we did missing leg problems, where you have to have the unknown x going for either A or B. Alright, and today we're just mixing the two, and that's what you'll have to do on your little assignment that's due at the end of the week there. On page 18 is just a mix of both problems. So we're going to practice two today. I'll go over a couple problems from the homework that was due, just one or two of them, and that's pretty much it for today. So go ahead and pause the video and try these. If you're completely stuck, remember that it should always start with a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That's what we've done all week. So you can pause the video again if you were totally stuck and didn't know where to go from there. Notice the difference again if you were stuck again on either one of them. Notice the difference that the most important thing is the hypotenuse has to go in for C. So for number 1, the hypotenuse, the diagonal side, the longest side, the one that goes across from the right angle, that's the hypotenuse. 15 has to go in for C. In this case, the diagonal side, the one across from the right angle, is the unknown, so that's my x goes in for C. Okay? You can look at each one now individually. For this one, I had to go ahead and get x squared alone, so I had to subtract 49 first. I got x squared alone. I had x squared equals 176. My algebra step here was square rooting both sides. I did in my calculator, and I got this decimal actually goes on longer than that. It goes on longer than 13.266499. It keeps going. But rounded to the nearest tenth, that 6 tells the 2 to round up to 3, so it's 13.3. Okay? And then the second problem over here, I had to simplify first. 8 squared is 64, 10 squared is 100. Added them together, it gives me 164 equals x squared. Square root both sides, and I get this number equals x, which the nearest tenth is 12.8. And this is all you're doing on page 18, the one that says mini quiz 3 at the top, is just doing some missing leg and missing hypotenuse problems. If you want to look at another problem for each one, these are ones that you should have done the last couple days. If we look at page 15 from a couple days ago, we already did number 3 together here. So we could try maybe number 4 we could do together here if I was going to do, this is a missing hypotenuse problem. So I know that x, if I call that x, that's got to go in for C. The other two are interchangeable. They're both the legs of the triangle, so 9 and 12 go in for A and B. You could have put 12 in for A and 9 in for B if you wanted. They're interchangeable. The most important part is the hypotenuse has to go in where C is. So you get 81 plus 144 equals x squared. Gives me 225 equals x squared. Square root both sides, and I get 15 equals x. So that's number 4 on page 15. Okay, I'm not going to go over all of them because it's not due yet, but now I've gone over a couple on that page. And then, well, I'll go over the bonus one too, I guess, because I did the bonus as an example yesterday. It says, could this be a right triangle? Remember we said if they give you the 3 sides, okay, if you use the Pythagorean Theorem and it works, then yes, it is a right triangle. If you use the Pythagorean Theorem and it doesn't work, well then it can't be a right triangle. So I can just take a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Go ahead and plug these numbers in and see if it works. So I got to see if 4 squared plus 5 squared equals 6 squared. Well, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36. 16 and 25, that's going to give me 41. 41, well, does 41 equal 36? No, it does not equal. Therefore, by the way, these 3 dots means therefore in math. Therefore, it does not make a right triangle. Okay. And from page 17. We'll do a couple of these ones too. Number 2, missing leg. So one of my legs is x, so I got 3 squared plus x squared equals 5 squared. I should have started with the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Plug in. 3 squared is 9. 5 squared is 25. Subtract 9 both sides to get x squared alone. X squared equals 16. I got to get rid of that square. Well, the opposite of squaring something is taking the square root. And I get x equals 4. Okay. Why not? I'll do number 1 here too. If you do number 1, here's your x. So we got a squared plus b squared equals c squared. X squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. X squared plus 144 equals 169. Minus 144 both sides. You're left with x squared equals 25. Square root both sides, and you get x equals 5. That would be inches, 5 inches for this one. This one was 4 centimeters. Okay, so I've done a couple of those. That was from the homework that was last night. I've done a couple on page 15, page 17, so tonight you got page 18 to try. And on page 18 here, we'll do number 1 is one we could do together. This is a missing leg problem. If it's a missing leg, that's got to go in for a or b. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A squared is, I'll just use the x there, x squared plus 7 squared equals 12 squared. We get x squared plus 49 equals 144. Subtract 49 both sides. You get x squared equals, I believe that's 96. 144 minus 49. Oops, 95. Gotta check that. Square root both sides. And you have to use your calculator here, round to the nearest tenth. So the square root of 95 is 9.74, blah, 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 blah. So it's going to stay as 9.7 meters. There's your answer to number 1. Okay? So I've done a bunch of these problems here. Hopefully you have a good understanding of the Pythagorean Theorem. Next week we're going to do some word problems with Pythagorean Theorem, and that's just about it. Okay? Alright, have a great long weekend. I'm not going to have the Zoom meeting since the administration came out and made sure that we weren't going to do any school stuff on Friday. And you can turn this in, then you have the whole long weekend. You can turn this stuff in Tuesday, perfectly fine if you don't get it turned in tomorrow. Okay? All right, have a good day, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.